Hey guys, Caleb here. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty situation with the first part of this episode, and I think that's lost forever now. But we did manage to get the second part recorded, so only half an episode this week. Sorry about that, but hope you guys enjoy it.
And we're back. We're going to move right into Civil Wars Part 2.
A little bit overview for you.
Or, it's a synopsis, but
not a word. All right. In an attempt to get Judge Hoda to release Tonraq, Korra discovers that Unalaq had set up the trial and his brother's banishment, causing her to break away from him and his teachings. Was she still being taught?
Well, yeah, they were still doing like a... Because she goes and confronts him at one point in the last episode, and he says, our training session is not until tomorrow.
Okay.
So they're still doing that.
Anyways, with the help of her friends, she hurries to save her father from his imprisonment. Meanwhile, at the Southern Air Temple, Tenzin finds Ikki and they reconcile with their respective siblings. Nice.
I don't care about that one.
As an ending.
Yeah, of course. What do you mean? As an ending, of course.
Ending.
Is it?
I mean, it's supposed to be happy-go-lucky.
Okay, so yeah, I think we're just gonna do the same thing. I'm done with this episode already. We're just gonna blaze through it pretty quickly.
Wasn't good. Was it? Which one was better out of the two, do you think?
I think this one was.
You think so?
Maybe. I don't know. I have a lot of problems with it.
The only thing I liked was Varric in the little ping suit.
Yeah, and also, okay, so the first thing I've written down here is why do the flying bison look stupid? They don't look anything like Appa.
Oh, this is what we talked about before. Because they are artificially
genetic
they're genetic. Yeah, they're created.
Appa. But they all have the same like sort of red. Yeah, none of the ones in Avatar had that. None of them.
I want to get a visual of this because they are different. Like the lines on them, like the patterns on their fur, is different than Appa's.
Yeah, I know. I don't like it. I don't know. Do they find some bison? Do they ever explain it? Are we gonna get answers to who killed Amon? I just don't know if we're ever gonna find out any of these things.
Tune in next time.
Yeah. Another thing I had was at the trial, all of Korra's answers are the dumbest way you could possibly answer that. Because the judge goes, who was at the meeting? And she's like, oh, my father. Or was your father at this meeting? Yes. Where was the meeting at? His house. And everything she said just pointed to her father being guilty. When she could have just said, oh, well, it was a meeting about what they were going to do. But my dad, once he realized that they were going to try to overthrow the government, said, I don't want a part of this. And that's that. You could have just ended it right there.
You could have. But we find out soon after that, even in the overview, that Unalaq had it all set up. Judge Hoda was in his pocket.
Yeah, I don't even care about that, though. Give some better answers so it makes it look like it's completely rigged. Because the way she did it, yeah, of course her father's guilty. Like, I think it's just ridiculous.
But that was the thing that I brought up earlier was the whole by omission of dialogue. Like, they didn't say what
I understand
could have been said.
That's still my problem with it.
And it's dumb. I hate that. Like, that is a huge problem that I have with that, too. Hey, this is actually what happened.
You could just
You're
explain
going to shut up on the Avatar and don't interrupt me ever again. Like, that's what I would have said.
So then all the guys get sentenced to treason, which is punishable by death.
Apparently.
But Senna doesn't. What is the difference between Senna and Korra's dad other than the rig trial? They did the exact same thing.
No clue.
It was both of their houses. They were both there for the meeting, but they let Senna go, and all the guys have to get killed. See, this is what's the problem with the Southern Water Tribe is
they're sexist.
Men in courts do less than women. Like, Senna's just going to go home. She doesn't even get house arrest. They don't even put like an ankle bracelet on her. But they're going to kill all the men. I just think that if you're going to do it right, punish Senna as well, right? Just to not make it look rigged.
Yeah, because that was the first thing they said when they all had him on a line, or the last thing they said. They said, Senna, you're free to go. Everybody else, you're going to die.
Yeah.
Like, they set Senna apart, and that was dumb. I didn't like that at all.
And then Tarlok steps in, and he says, oh, maybe if you... I know I said that I was going to go along with you, whatever you agreed, Judge Hoda. But maybe if you could be a little lenient on these guys.
Which was, you're not supposed to like Unalaq. even though he's being very compassionate towards the Avatar, which is our main character who you're supposed to like. But
You
I
can
think-
tell
I
he's
think-
skeezy.
I think when this, I was kind of hesitant towards liking him to begin with when I first watched this, but this line right there was like, hey, no, this was him manipulating things.
Yeah, definitely.
Like they had set up for the ultimate decision to be made, like the death of all these people, and then he would step in, kind of be like this hero character of like, hey, why don't you ease back, Hoda? Why don't you just not kill him? Let's put him in prison, or if anything,
Yeah,
So they still serve their punishment, but they're not dying.
Because Korra's not entirely off the Unalaq train yet. She's still she knows she's kind of mad at him because he had arrested her parents, but she still thinks that he's just doing what he thinks is right for the Southern Water Tribe
Well, I mean,
and unification.
he is.
No, not
in
really.
His, in
no,
his eyes.
no, he's not doing it for the benefit of the Southern Water Tribe. He's not doing it to unify. He's wanting to get power. And so this is Korra goes and sees her. Korra and her mom go and see her dad getting ready to be. Where are they putting him? Is he just in a prison? Because they don't ship him off till later. But they go to the prison to talk to him, and Korra's like, "I'm gonna bust you out of here." And he's like, "You can't do that because you're just gonna start a civil war."
Which is obvious.
And that's like Unalaq's plan too. I feel like everything they do just plays into his hand.
Yeah, that'd be the stupidest. That's not a good decision to make as an Avatar. You're not going to sit there and make, hey, I'm going to be really hot-headed and be like, let's just start a war.
Yeah.
Because you bust out your dad, you're going against Unalaq.
And I feel like Unalaq keeps saying over and over again, if there's a civil war, the dark spirits are going to have more power. And it's like, oh, yeah, no, he just wants to use the dark spirits. He's trying to start the civil war so he can get the power of the dark spirits.
What is that, though? Again, he can control
I think it's like chaos.
the dark spirits?
Well, yeah, because he calms them down. So I feel
we've
like
seen him turn them to calm, nice spirits, but can he actually control the dark spirits?
I
as
would
they
assume
are?
so. He's been working on this for years upon
fair.
years.
That is-
I just feel like it's very obvious, and I don't even remember how it plays out, but it's very obvious to me that he's trying to start a civil war, so there's chaos, and the dark spirits have more power, and then he can use those dark spirits to his own nefarious means.
Okay, so he's awful. Okay, so I've pulled up a little callback to what we were talking about earlier with
The
Appa,
flying bison.
with Appa and Oogie, which is Tenzin's bison. So Oogie, well, I made it smaller. Oogie has these stupid lines.
Oh, yeah.
There's at least 10 lines
1,000
on
of
one
them.
side, and then Appa has 3 lines, 3 bulging lines. I don't.
And he's also, a lot wider.
Yeah.
Not wider, whiter.
No, I got what you're saying.
And I just don't know. I just think the new ones look dumb.
And there's even the side by side of him, as the Avatar's bison in the spirit world.
I don't know. I don't.
So here's the thing. Roku had a dragon, and it flies. Appa Avatar Aang has Appa, and it flies. Do they all have their respective animals? And how awful would it be getting around the spirit world on an animal that doesn't fly?
I don't know. I think that they have a little bit more manipulation with the spirit world.
If somebody died and their respective pet was an alligator.
Yeah.
How awful would that be to get around on?
Do they have alligators?
I don't know. But that's another question I have. When Aang dies, do they have to kill Appa as well?
No, Appa, they're linked. So when Aang dies,
they're
Appa
linked.
dies.
Okay.
I don't know. That's
How is that? How
they
does
say
work?
that it's like a bond for life. So it's probably like how married couples, when they get really old and one of them dies, you usually see 3 or 4 months later the other one dies.
Something like
I
that.
wouldn't say usually because that's probably a little bit of
I always thought it was 3 years.
Well, yeah, but I've seen a lot but it's always a short period after. It's always not very long.
No, I get that.
But I'd say it's something like that. And you don't know. Appa might have died in combat first. We don't really know.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Can we get a story about Appa
Appa's
saving
got,
risking his life for Aang?
Appa's got the armor on or whatever, and Aang's about ready to get shot with a giant ballista bolt, and Appa jumps in front, and it goes through the armor and pierces through him, and he gets shot. He Boromir's it. He gets shot 50 times to save the... Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think that they are linked spiritually.
So if they're linked, I'll accept that. But I know, in old Egyptian kings and whatnot, if they died and they had a favorite pet, they would want that pet to be buried with them,
so they could have it in the afterlife. But that's not how this works.
I'm equating the afterlife with the spirit world. How
It's a
crazy
different
would
thing.
that be if they buried Appa
So,
alive?
Is Aang walking around in the spirit world right now?
Is he?
I don't know.
How does that work?
I don't know, because don't you go there when you're a spirit? Or does he just like live on in Korra? Is it different that way?
I don't know.
We may never know.
We probably won't. Probably won't ever get anything after Korra because of the backlash of how bad it was.
So the next thing I have written down is it's 100% illegal to just attack a judge, which is what Korra does immediately after talking to her father. She
threatens to kill him first in the courthouse, in the courtroom, in front of everyone.
Yeah.
She's like, you kill my dad, I'm going to kill you. I'm like, what? You can't say that.
But apparently this judge doesn't have a chauffeur, and he drives himself around, which is a little weird. Because I feel like in that society, a judge would have like a driver at least, right?
Maybe.
Because he'd be a very important person.
Maybe he wasn't a real judge. Maybe Unalaq
he
had
just
so
got
much
paid,
power.
yeah. Or it's just an actor that he pays. But Korra chases him down on Naga, destroys his car, and then threatens to kill him unless he tells her what's going on or absolves her father of his crimes.
Naga's finally getting some screen time again. We see her almost eat the judge's head. Alleged judge's head.
They do the thing where like the elephant will raise its foot up and you put your head underneath it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Was that in
that was in a Psych episode, wasn't it?
Monk? It was in a Monk episode. I know that. They
Yeah,
probably
it
did it in
was.
Psych also. And
I knew it was a USA show.
yeah. Okay, so we find out from the judge that he's been on Unalaq's payroll for a long time.
Since like day one.
Yeah, so Korra now is off the Unalaq train because she knows that he completely set her up. And then we also find out that not only did he set her father up in this instance, he set her father up back in the Northern Water Tribe. He hired the bandits to attack and then made them go to the spirit forest or whatever. So he's completely responsible for everything that's gone wrong in Tonluck's life.
So not only is she just not on the Unalaq train, she is anti-Unalaq now. She's you sabotage my entire
She's
father's
trying to
life.
derail that train.
Yeah.
She's going off the rails of the Unalaq train. I thought that was pretty good. So at this point, she kills Hoda. She has Naga maul him, and then leaves his lifeless corpse on the road and heads back to Unalaq. Does she go to break her father out of the prison?
I don't know, but not what I would have done. I would have honestly taken Hoda's body and put it in like Unalaq's front lawn or something, or like put his head on a pyre in front of the front door, and like
Of Unalaq's house,
and then put like from Korra, like his something like that, or the Avatar, like with that Frank Castle scene in the old Punisher movie where he takes his gravestone out and puts it in the golf course.
Or you could do like a Joker thing where you have like a gift, and then Unalaq goes out there. Oh, a gift. Who's it from? Oh, a secret admirer. And then he opens it up, and it's just Hoda's head on a spring that comes out and it's bouncing around. But at this point, Korra goes back, and they assemble the Avengers to go bust out her dad from prison.
Which side was it again? I can't. Was it RDJ's side or was it?
No,
Chris
it's
Evans' side.
they're back together.
They're back together post Civil War.
Yeah, so this is like the full Avengers. We even got the Hulk. So this is after Ragnarok. Everyone's back. Full force. We got Scarlet Witch in there.
We've now gone into the future.
Yes.
Is this post House of M, Scarlet Witch, or?
This is
the X-Men.
Well, this is MCU.
Okay,
so we don't have any of the
franchises
X-Men
are still separate, even though Josh Brolin's in both.
Yes, Quicksilver is back from the dead at this point because you know that's going to happen.
I'm so upset with that.
Is it actually?
I don't know, but
he's got a contract, right? That's the thing.
First of all, Aaron Taylor Johnson is his name. Is that right?
Yes.
Great actor. If you ever watched Godzilla with Bryan Cranston,
Or
this is the only credit I can think of at this moment.
Kick-Ass.
Or Kick-Ass. Yes, he's in Kick-Ass.
Which is a completely he looks so different.
No, yeah. Okay, so Quicksilver, I have a lot of problem with speedsters because you watch Evan Peters' speedster, okay, in the X-Men
They did it very well.
Amazing. He moves bullets. They even do the same thing in Flash with Grant Gustin. Same thing they do. Not to that song or whatever. It's very poorly. It's made for TV. They have less of a budget.
And they
he
also
slows
do
down.
They do it with
Supergirl as well. But they push the bullets away. And Supergirl does the same thing. And she grabs the bullets. And then even
Ezra Miller in Batman v Superman is so quick that the milk doesn't fall at all.
Yes,
when he's holding it.
But for some reason, Quicksilver gets
shot
by this gun. I don't get it. I wanted to see more Quicksilver.
Maybe the Speed Force Is that I'm mixing up? Yeah, Speed Force is DCU.
I have a big problem with the Avengers Age of
Maybe
Ultron
maybe
movie
speedsters aren't as quick in the MCU
in the
canon.
MCU. I
mean, that's the only thing I can think of.
They killed the wrong character, in my opinion. If they were going to do it, they should have made, like...
They should have killed Captain America.
No, they should have made, like, Clint's
wait,
wife.
they couldn't have, because Civil War's coming out.
Yeah, instead of making Clint's wife, they should have made Clint's sister, and then that would have been, like, Quicksilver would have been like, oh, the brother and sisterly bond makes a lot more sense. And I feel like that would have made
I would have killed Hawkeye.
They would have made the death more impactful. Or if you're going to give Hawkeye a backstory, kill Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Like, even though I love Hawkeye, and he did some cool things in... you know,
Age of Ultron.
But at the end, it would have been like, you know, the brother and sister, like you know, that sibling stuff going on there, and then Quicksilver would see that, and then that would have made more sense in Civil War as to why Clint came back for Scarlet Witch.
I think
he would have felt like he needed to look out for her now.
They should have been really bold and killed Gwyneth Paltrow. I'm done with her.
Just murder. That's the only beef I have with Iron Man 3.
The only
that was dumb.
Beef I have with the Avengers is the scene she's in, and it's terrible.
Yeah, you hate that scene, and I have
it's
no
the
problem.
Worst.
I still watch
it. The acting, it doesn't hit. It doesn't.
They're
hit
actually
for me.
lucky they got her in that scene.
They paid her millions of dollars.
Yeah, but they have her for like a brief second.
Yeah.
Anyways, enough about Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah. So they assemble the Avengers in Korra. And what I'm talking about is, of course, Bolin, Mako, Pabu, Naoga, Asami.
The core Avengers.
And I just have... Why is Asami helping them?
Why is Asami still alive?
And she doesn't talk to Mako at all.
It's Mako.
I don't care at this point.
But she has like one line.
With Korra, does she have that strong of a friendship with Korra that she needs to just help her?
No. Okay. The way I perceive Asami is that she came in, stroke of luck, came into Mako's life, was his girlfriend for a second. They broke up. She did not create a tie with Bolin, which they forced that tie with him being her assistant in the last episodes.
That's a little sexist.
And then there was no ties between her and Korra either.
Absolutely not.
None.
Not at all.
So why is she still in this show? Just so we can have the group of 4?
That's
in season
fine.
2?
And you can still have her in the show. Have Bolin be her assistant.
Give her something to do then.
But that's what I'm saying. Don't put her with Team Avatar, because why would she be there? She doesn't like Mako. Why would she like Korra?
Yeah, like if anything, Mako, she's the reason why they broke up. Like that's the whole strife between those two is because Korra and Mako had a thing.
If anything, she doesn't hate Bolin, but that doesn't. Why would she go with them and risk her life?
Look at us, just two grown men sitting in this room, just talking about soap operas and the anime.
It's not really soap opera. I'm just mad that they do this. Like that's ridiculous. Okay, so they go to break out her father, but it turns out he's in another ship. And they have
surprise.
They've shipped him off to the Northern Water Tribe. So then Korra's like going back and forth with Unalaq, like, I thought you like cared about me. I thought you were trying to help the Southern Water Tribe. But he's like, no, not really. He did say I want to see you use your full potential or something.
He's like I've only ever wanted to see you reach your full potential.
Because he's like taunting her at the same time where he's saying that I wish you could be better or something like that. And then she brings up where you're gonna let my father go because you need me now to open the portal in the Northern Water Tribe. And he's like, no, I don't. I don't need you. You've exhausted your usefulness. And so then they fight. And I had a problem with this fight because she starts off with firebending. And she firebends directly at him. Well, he just pulls off water. It sizzles. And then she goes back to firebending, and then Mako comes in firebending. Use literally any other element.
She never ever uses earthbending, and that bothers me.
Yeah,
like why is she scared of using so much?
I guess this might be metal, so there might be metal where they're at right now.
There was brickwork. Like,
you think
in
so?
That building.
Okay, well, but still, even if and she does eventually use air, but obviously fire's not going to be.
Which I did love that part because he couldn't see it and he panics immediately because he knows.
Yeah, and he
gets use air.
He gets blown back.
I love that.
Well, yeah, that's fine.
That's
but
the second time that's happened.
She should know that fire's not going to be effective against his water bending. Like, that's the least effective. You could use literally, even water would be more effective than that. So that's just a problem. She doesn't seem to learn battle to battle. She just always starts with fire and does that until she has to do something else.
There's really no progression with Korra. Like, there's nothing. It's just her going in headstrong and then doing something stupid and then her friends get her out of it.
Yeah.
Like, that's happened in season 1 when she went against Asami's dad. They went in there headstrong. She's like, I can do this. And then her friends came and bailed her out of it. Like, that's the essential. If that keeps happening season to season, I'm going to break every disc you own.
And then please don't
I'm not
do
going to
that.
that was money,
But she'll get into a situation and then magically, like with the first one, she loses her bending. But then magically she just has her bending back.
I didn't like that.
I did like it.
How long? Okay, how long has the Defenders been out?
I don't know.
No, okay, I don't care. So spoiler heavy. The next few seconds.
Well, I haven't watched the Defenders yet, so
I don't care.
I'm not
heavy.
going to.
You can tune off. So there are certain things in movies that I like when they kill off a character and leave him killed off. Game of Thrones does it really well. Logan did it really well. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hugh Jackman's done.
I don't know.
He has no more contract. But anyways, so it's no longer a thing of the character being dead. He has no more. He doesn't have a contract.
No, they could contract him.
So this is the thing I'm making. The point I'm making. And they did it in Defenders, and it really frustrated me. They built up this connection with Daredevil, season 1 and season 2, and then in Defenders at the very end of it, they kill Daredevil. Then at the very end of it,
I haven't seen it yet, so you just spoiled it.
I said spoilers. You should have walked out. They drop a whole building on him, and he's dead. But then, not less than 5 minutes later, he's alive in a hospital room. Like, they didn't even wait for a new season to come out. Like,
it's because of Rosario Dawson.
They didn't leave it on a cliffhanger or anything. Like, it's just like, hey, he's alive, guys. Don't worry. Don't fret. Don't leave us. We're sorry. We're not ballsy enough to be able to... Am I yelling now?
Yeah.
Sorry. We're not ballsy enough to, like, just kill this character and leave him dead, or leave him dead until the next season. No. Okay, so this is what happened with the Korra stuff. Like, nothing... They're not ballsy enough to let something happen, like her bending being gone, and then bring it back the next season.
I can't really speak for the later seasons, though, because they might do that.
They might. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But the first season, they take away her bending. In the same episode, they give it back.
Yeah.
That frustrates me. It's less impactful. You've ruined your entire, like, that story that you built up to that all the building up you've done is ruined.
I did really like how they did it in that episode, though. So... I'll give them a pass on that.
No,
I like the way they
because
I think if they were going to do that, they did it as reasonably as they could have.
They should have done it at all. If they were going to do it, they should wait till the first episode of the next season. Like, make her be down, depressed, and, like, I think I'm going to kill myself. And then you're like, oh, your bending's back. Whoa! Like, that's cool. Like, I'll be cool with that. But, like, let us wait. Let's find, like, give us cliffhangers.
Yeah.
And I love cliffhangers. Game of Thrones does that really well. Not saying go watch Game of Thrones. I'm not going to do that. But it's just, I love certain shows do it really well. That's just the first one that comes to mind. Korra didn't do it well.
Not so far. I can't. I really honestly can't. Another thing I noticed in this episode is Aang is on the yuan, which is the currency. And I was just wondering, who else do you think is on the other denominations of the bills?
Tough.
You think so? I don't. But
how cool would that be? They're in such high positions of power. They put themselves on bills.
Well, okay, but see, that's what I know. In the United States, if you are alive, you cannot be put on currency. So I'm feeling they have a similar policy. So
some rules are made to be broken, though. Like, what's that?
No, this one is not. This one is so you don't abuse your power.
Well, I'm trying to think. There's that thing that happened with Senator John McCain. Like, they named a ship after him, and that only happens with dead, past people who passed away. But John McCain's still alive.
Yeah,
and they like.
I don't think that
the USS John McCain or whatever.
I don't think there's a law against that though.
There's a law against the currency being.
Yes, you cannot be put on currency if you're still alive.
That completely voids everything I just said there.
So yeah, that's what I'm just wondering. Who do you think? Who would you want to be on the currency of Republic City?
I think it would be good to keep it like avatars. So like past
just avatars?
Like just keep it spiritual. Like try to keep it at a very peaceful level. Like nothing who like Roku was a good influence.
Yeah,
Kyoshi was nuts, but that people who did big things.
You think that the non-benders would get kind of
some recognition?
Yeah.
So, I would say Sokka, but that's keeping it in the core group. I don't know.
Yeah,
like who has been important that you would want to see on a bill?
Did Sokka have a statue or anything?
I don't know.
I feel like he should have in front of like the Capitol building or whatever.
Maybe because Toph had one in front of
the police station.
Building. Yeah, Aang has his massive.
And Toph's not even. Well, I shouldn't say anything. Let's move on. Yeah. Okay. So then, what they do is they get Varric and they hatch this plan to go after the boat that Korra's father is on, and they have to get to Varric's boat. And so they end up doing that. They get past the guards, and it's okay, I guess. And they get on the boat, and then Korra and Asami, or Korra's like, if I could just get out to the ship, I could get him back, no problem.
No. She says, if I had a plane.
Oh, does she say that?
She says,
literally?
This is the line she uses. If I had a plane to get out to those boats, I could waterbend. Now, mind you, boats are on water, right?
And mind you, Korra could technically fly.
Yes, and she's also a waterbender.
Yes.
And there's water everywhere.
Yes.
But if she had a plane, she could get on that plane and waterbend her way to success.
And what do you know? Varric goes, I have a plane.
Why do you need the plane?
Well, because, I mean, he's rich. It makes sense.
No, like I get why Varric has a plane.
Oh, okay, yeah,
It makes no sense why Korra needs a plane.
No.
Because she can waterbend her way out there. You said she can fly.
I think that she says that she could clear a path for Varric's ship also. If she had a plane, then she could go up there and clear out, because there was a blockade at that point.
Waterbend your way out there and push them out of the way.
Yeah, but I just don't. I
wanted
know
to do
exactly.
some like Iceman, like surfing out there, like some Frozone nonsense.
That's
and then
not
push
even.
them out of the way.
That's not even the problem that I had with this.
That was the problem I had.
When they take off with the plane.
Oh.
Korra goes, because they're like, there's no runway. How are we supposed to take this plane off? Korra's like, I have an idea. She gets Mako and her on either side, and then they firebend to give it more propulsion. She's an airbender. Just give it like a jet stream and take off like that. Like, that's how a plane works.
I was thinking they were going to waterbend like a ramp, like an actual, like they're going to bring the water up and create a.
I don't know, because you'd have to do ice, and then that'd be slick.
Yeah, I thought that's going to happen, but this is what a
Maybe.
problem. So it would slip around, you know.
Yeah.
Well, when Mako did the thing, Avatar or Korra pushed hers first.
Yeah.
And then Mako did his like, a couple seconds later. I thought it was going to spin. Like, no. She's like, now. And then she does it. And then he's like, oh, you meant now. Okay. Like 5 seconds later, he does it. I thought the plane was going to spin.
I think that was just for dramatic effect. And then the last thing I have written down here was when they finally get over to the boat that her father is on, they just crash the plane in the water. Like, oh, we don't need this plane anymore. And they just jump off the plane and get on the boat.
I mean, Varric is pretty loose with money. You watched him bribe all those characters out in front of the docks, and then he tried to bribe. He gave Bolin a stack of fat cash to bribe those.
To bribe the judge, but
Bolin didn't.
He just gives it to a couple guys,
just random dudes.
Yeah. You think that he'd be like smarter on stuff like that, growing up on the streets?
Yeah. He's not.
Okay, so what this episode ends with is Korra breaks her dad out, and then her dad, she's like, just come with me, which I guess they didn't bring her mom, which would have been weird. But her dad's like, no, I got to stay here and lead the resistance to the Northern Water Tribe.
Lead resistance.
Yes, so he's going to actually like coordinate the civil war and try to hold off the Northern Water Tribe as much as they can.
So it's all out war now. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, and he's
it went from prisoners to just war now.
Yeah, he's sending Korra to get in touch with the Republic Army, or whatever they're calling it, United Army.
Is that Iroh?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, or his organization, and Boomy, I guess, also.
Okay.
But so Korra's gonna go and try to swell up some public support from people outside of the water tribes. So they're trying to do that. And at the end of the episode, Bolin's standing there, and they look off and see something coming at them very fast in the distance, and it's Eska. And so that's
water bending her way there.
She's crying. She's been crying, I guess. I didn't know she had emotions.
Huh.
I think it's a little bit different though, because she doesn't have like a plan in mind or whatever.
Huh.
But yeah, so that's where the end of the episode leaves us. I don't know if it's going to pay off in the next episode. Probably will.
I hope Eska murders Bolin.
I don't think that happens.
That'd be so cool.
It definitely doesn't happen. But doesn't... Oh, I don't want to say anything, because I don't remember. But,
what do you think happens? What's your idea of what might
no,
happen?
because I'm just going to base it off what I think I remember. So I don't want to do that.
I like it. Tell me.
No trivia for this episode, because it's some technical difficulties.
Well, I mean... I'm not having technical difficulties.
No, but... yeah, I'm just going to end the podcast now. Hey, guys, thanks so much for listening. This has been the Boys in the Iceberg. If you want to follow us on Twitter, it's at Boys in the Berg, or shoot us an email with boysintheiceberg@gmail.com. I've been Caleb Bader.
And I'm Harley Davis.
And we will see you here next week.